would say that you have to blame that on football.
But it's still the highest rated cable show.
Yeah,
or the highest peak, which it always is.
Yeah.
And I think that some Housewives of Atlanta and then football were top shows that night.
Yeah.
So their numbers did drop a little bit, but that's still pretty good. 11.4 million. They don't have to worry about getting canceled.
Yeah.
But All Out War is going to start. So, like in the comic, they call it All Out War the arc. But once that starts, a lot more action's going to start happening. I think people just kind of get shied away from more of the soap opera stuff, even though you need the build-up story. They just want to see the gore and action. But they're going to get a lot more fighting, so I think the ratings are going to shoot back up.
Yeah.
I saw something. I know it's kind of like Facebook. You can't believe everything, but they were gonna season 9. They were talking about going into it already, and they were gonna base a lot around King Zeke. But Facebook. You know how Facebook is. You really can't believe anything they say. But it does make kind of a little bit of a sense if King Zeke makes it through season 8 without being taken out by Negan, then a lot could focus on King Zeke and excuse me, I'm drinking my water. A lot of things should focus on King Zeke, and if Negan is overrun by Daryl and all them guys make a comeback, which I don't know, without Abraham and Glenn. So it's just one of those things where we just have to sit back and watch and see. But from the latest reports, they are already into a season 9. So I hope that's true. And I think we had talked about this, and I think that we had all agreed on the TWD at least going to season 12, right? Is that what we had said?
I think so.
What's that?
I don't remember. I remember reading that they were thinking it would go to season 11 or 12 or something, but I guess
they have plenty of content to come up, and Kirkman actually says that he knows how the series is going to end, which actually helps him, like, right in between to get to that point. But, like, if it goes anything like the comic book, after the whole Negan war and everything like that, there's going to be, like, a 2-year time jump into the future. Yeah, where they're way more established, and then I'd like to see the Whisperer show up, which is supposed to be the next main villains, which is actually cool because they're people that walk around with zombie skins on them and walk with the walkers and direct them through camps and stuff like that. So I'd like to see that played out on the screen.
Michonne could get in with them, huh? She kind of learned how to walk with the walkers.
Yeah, with the blood and stuff like that. But Morgan even references it way back when he's crazy in that town when Rick, Michonne, and Carl went in the town looking for guns. Because Rick was like, "Look, it's me. And he was like, "You're wearing dead people's faces." So I wonder if Morgan at any point ran into, like, maybe even a straggler or two of the Whisperers, because he started describing people wearing dead people's faces. So I think they're already hinting at the Whisperers are going to be coming up.
Remember when Morgan first made his appearance when they were all on their way to Terminus? Yeah. And Morgan came back. It was the first time we'd seen him from season 1 or season 2 or season 3. And he was going to those trees, and there was something carved into those trees. Did we ever find out what that was?
I think it was the Terminus people. They were carving symbols into the tree to find that. to find their way back or something like that.
I was just wondering if maybe that could have been a foreshadowing of something that's still down the road to come. Or, yeah, but you might be right there.
I overthink things too much, and I get it all mushed up in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot, and I know where the books are at now. I want to go get them, but I still want to be on the opinion side of the actual show. I want to be able to watch the TV series, and then I want to be able to give my opinion without having known about what else could have happened in the series. So I think that I'm on the right track.
Even with the TV show, I got a couple sources that almost every episode, a couple days before, I get the script leaked to me. So it always influences me too, but like I tell everyone, knowing and seeing are two completely different things.
Right.
But when people ask for my prediction, sometimes I really got to bite my tongue. Like this next episode, I didn't read it, even though someone's already sent me the script for it. And 99% of the time, they're 100% correct. So I'm trying not to read this and let it be a surprise to me, but it gets the better of me sometimes, and I read it just to know.
In my opinion, the hardest part for me is watching Maggie in the future, being pregnant and then without Glenn now. So it's I guess time will tell. You know what I mean? That's the only way we could look at it, is time will tell on how good she does or doesn't do. And from what you're saying, as far as the comic book says, she becomes stronger. She becomes a better leader. And
she always stays faithful to him too.
To Glenn?
Yeah, like she always tells everyone she'll never love anyone else after Glenn. It just wasn't going to happen. So she's focused without any of that love drama, anything like that. She gets real focused, and in the comic at least, she becomes a real good leader.
She, from her last appearance when she was talking to the guys, she seemed like she was ready to take over, basically. That's
why I said in the comment thing, they lit a fire underneath her when they killed Glenn. Now she's on a warpath.
I can imagine. How do you feel about that, Julie?
Well, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see if that's how it goes. I had heard from people who've read the comics that she becomes a really strong leader at Hilltop. But I didn't know about her, staying faithful to Glenn.
Well, there's another guy that hits on her.
They can do that.
There's a guy that hits on her, and she lets him know. At least, all these are just in the comic, and they don't always follow it. But in the comic, she sits there and states, that it's just not going to happen. She likes people and stuff like that, but she never wants to go on past it and never forget Glenn.
Right. Well,
which I respect her for that.
Pretty cool if she can do that, right? And I'm sure she'll have her hands full with the baby too.
I still think the babies are immune to the zombie virus, and that's how this all ends. I believe that anyone that was alive during whatever happened to infect everyone, or the ones infected in all new life after that point, ain't going to carry the same genes in them that cause them to be infected. And, unfortunately, they're going to need a baby to die for them to even see that theory come up when the baby doesn't come back to life. But that's how I think it is. I think, just like in the Final Destination movies, the only thing to end death is new life. And
right.
So that's where I think it's how it's going to go.
That's a good theory. That's a good theory.
Yeah, I was trying. I just got done messing up. I was trying to get the numbers up before. I was sharing it as many times as I can so we get the numbers up to so it evens out with the first podcast.
I shared all in all my groups.
Yeah, so I was hoping that the numbers just even out. That's all I'm asking for. Are close to each other because we have part 1 and part 2.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, well, it's one of us. Somebody went over their time. I already know what it is because it automatically stopped on its own. So let me tell you real quick, and then we'll go. It'll be the end of the night for us, but I'm just gonna play some music for a little bit.
Yeah, I've been sitting here for about 4 hours.
I know. She was only supposed to be on for 45 minutes.
I've been working since 3 o'clock this afternoon on the computer, and then
I went to bed in 2 days. I've been working for 2 days, even through my birthday.
Yeah.
But I do that all the time, so who cares?
Yeah, I need to take my doggies out. They've been sitting here for a couple of hours.
I know. We got a good run on the first one. We got 100, so that was a pretty good one. Some nice likes, so it was pretty cool on that one. So I guess we better end the night. We better end the night for tonight. We'll be back with TWD next week. We'll let you know about the schedule. We still have Denise that will be joining in with us. We have Desiree Pickett that will be joining in with us. We have Patrick with his couple guests that we have, and then we got a star surprise guest. The thing is that I don't know if from the last message I got, they can't promote during the season, only at the end of their season. So we might have to have a extra podcast when the season is over, but it's pretty much locked up. I'm pretty excited, and I can't wait because it's going to be such a great time. And I know we're going to get definitely a lot of listeners. Worth it. Yeah, it's definitely well worth my pockets, huh? No, I can't complain. It's going to be worth every penny of it, but for all of us. Yeah. So for all of us. I
personally am excited.
Yeah, I am too. I just hope he stays away from Eden because she's a creepy little girl. Look, if you don't know who I'm talking about, then you are not a TWD fan. Just put it like that. Just put it like that. You are not a real TWD fan. But Julie, anything else before you want to go tonight?
No. Thanks, Patrick, for your insight based on the comic. That was very enlightening and interesting.
I thank Julie for coming back and joining us.
It was kind of a last minute.
Your vacation in the Bahamas.
It's always fun.
She says, you know what she really says? She says that I'm a bad drug, and she can't resist it. That's what she tells me all the time.
It's a bad influence.
Hey, I'm a good influence some days.
I know.
Some days. I'm a really positive, outgoing, good person if somebody really gets to know me. But but there's so many opinions about me, whatever. It's like, it's cool. But we better end the night. I'm going to go into some music. Julie, I want to thank you very much for being the co-host tonight. Patrick, I want to thank you, Patrick. And like I said, thank both of you guys because you guys both did awesome tonight. We had a part 1 and part 2. So when you are promoting, let people know that we did a double podcast. I'm going to go into some music because we still got time to go on this, and I'm going to push it to the limit and see what the deal was. So, but once again, thank you both. Thank you, Julie.
Hey, thank you.
And thank you, Patrick, and we will talk to both of you guys soon, okay?
Okay. Have a good night, everyone.
All right. Good night, guys. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.